coast of Kenya.
After exploring Nairobi and Lake Naivasha, we are heading to the coast.
Going to Mombasa, to the flood. Just a few days ago, massive rain hit Mombasa, causing floods and blocking the roads. But luckily, we came after the catastrophe. It took us 9 hours by bus to reach the coast, and another hour and a half in a crazy tuk-tuk to get to Diani. We sat on this cool lodge in Diani Beach called the Stilts Tree Houses. It's super cool breakfast, like really close to nature. And yeah, today looking forward to the day and the evening.
Our accommodation on Diani is surrounded by forest and we are camping here for 2 nights, disconnected from the world and connected to the nature. Even though it's not raining anymore, everything is so humid and none of our clothes are drying. But the snails are happy and they are everywhere, so we had to watch our steps crossing the camp. It's so noisy. And look at this schmuck.
I'm on TikTok.
Surrounded in nature.
Plan of the day is to explore Diani Beach. Tourists and locals alike enjoy the white sand and clear waters of the 17 kilometers long beach. But first things first, let's get a coconut. Wow.
You found a nice cave.
So we're in Diani Beach and we've been walking for more than an hour in this beautiful white sand beach. And the accommodation are incredible, like so many luxury hotel with a super nice authentic roof. Yeah, we're a bit jealous because we've been sleeping in a tent. And I think it's the first beach where I see more sellers than actual tourists. There are so many people offering boat tours, crafts, massage, everything, everywhere. But yeah, it was really nice and the temperature just ideal, like setting in the water, you're not too hot, not too cold. It's a good day.
Hello! Report from our sea adventures. So we still have snorkels since we bought them in Jordan.
Mm-hmm. And they haven't been used for a long time since we're in Ethiopia and all.
It was quite annoying to take them, but worth it now.
And today we've used them. At first it was very like sandy, blurry, we couldn't see much.
But we made friends thanks to it with like little kiddos who wanted to borrow them.
It is so cute. Like we think that maybe they've never seen like the water, through water glasses, goggles before.
And there were like 15 kids taking turns with 2 of them and like going and looking under the water. So it was super cute. And then they advised us to go further because when there is a low tide, a small island appears.
Mm-hmm. And there we found like some adults that weren't scared to go there, and they showed us some starfish, like beautiful reds, like
much harder than we imagined that they would be.
Yeah, and they were taking the sea orchids directly in their hands, just so a bit spooky.
But we tried as well.
super
Overall, super nice day. Our hostel is famous in the area for hosting a dinner every night for bush babies. Officially, they are called galago, and we are advised to wash our hands properly after feeding them, as they love to splash themselves in their own pee. You can Google urine washing if you don't believe us. But Lisa is not discouraged, and now it's her turn to offer unpeeled bananas to her new nasty friends. After 2 nights of camping on Diani Beach, we're moving to a more intimate part of the coast, Tiwi Beach. We've been told that Twiga Lodge has the only camp directly on the beach in Kenya, and it was magical. Honestly, guys, I want to stay here for a month at least. Don't tell Paul, but I fell in love. Eddie, the groundskeeper, showed us around and set up a rental tent in a sheltered area since the weather forecast was not very optimistic. The camp was not very busy, and we felt like we had the whole beach to ourselves.
Originally, we just wanted to chill on the beach, but a local guide persuaded us to support him in this slow season. So we agreed to be taken to nearby natural pools that are famously shaped as continents. The guide is not necessary, but it is reassuring to have a local show you the way, especially with a path full of sea urchins. We swam in the pool shaped like Australia, where you can find a cool open cave.
The deal with our guide was a package, including the guided tour to the pools and a romantic bonfire dinner on the beach. There was a small rain shower in the afternoon, and so our guide took the initiative to replace the beach barbecue with a home-cooked dinner.
So this is our rice, and this is our fish and our salads. Does it look like a bonfire barbecue to you on the beach?
And so here we are, eating rice and tomatoes out of the plastic bag, letting the cold fish for the dogs.
After this, we're done with people trying to organize the day for us, and we're just enjoying on our own the peacefulness of the beach full of rainbows before heading to Mombasa. Mombasa is the second largest city in Kenya, and we realized it's a huge settlement of Indians, as it's the largest port in the region, part of the Indian Ocean Trading Network for centuries. Passing the busy markets, we get to the coasts, where the sea breeze makes the high humidity much more bearable.
Took you good?
Yes, super cool.
Found this very local place on the coast for a good coffee or tea. It was too late to visit Fort Jesus, the imposing 16th century site protecting the old port of Mombasa. But we enjoyed the football game happening in its backyard. The sun is setting and we are finishing our walk around the city with the iconic Mombasa Tusks, originally installed in 1950 for the visit of Queen Elizabeth.
One of the destinations we were most looking forward to visiting on the coast of Kenya was Lamu, a remote and unique island influenced by Swahili and Islamic culture, famous for its architecture and traditional way of life. But once again, going there wasn't an easy decision, as the region is subject to frequent incursions from Al-Shabaab, and just the week before, the terrorist group raided a small village in the county, beheading a 72-year-old resident.
On top of that, the recent floods caused a cholera outbreak, making the news just 2 days before our scheduled trip. To mitigate the risks, instead of getting there by public transportation, as we usually do, we flew from Mombasa once we made sure the island itself was safe and the cultural festival we wanted to attend was not cancelled by the authorities.
Beautiful Lamu, welcoming us with its best weather.
As usual, it's been raining
Every day.
since we're here. But it's a pretty cool hostel.
Lamu is famous for its donkeys, with thousands of them being used to transport people and goods across the narrow streets of the island. They are a central part of the culture, and they have priority over the pedestrians and occasional motorbikes, so be prepared to make way at any point to let the loaded animals go.
Wood carving is one of the traditional crafts of the island, and countless masterpieces are on display throughout the island. For example, most of the local houses have uniquely carved wooden doors.
Following the donkeys, we reached the farmers' market. Seeing the freshness of all the produce, we decided to organize a Swahili cooking class with Sheriff, who we just met earlier. Gonna cook fish?
Sheriff invited his cousin to the kitchen, and us girls we are tasked with preparing the vegetables, coconut rice, and refreshing mango juice.
Some people they do this way.
And it's beautiful,
Yeah. Then you put on the tray. So as we do this way, because when you just put knife, it comes. It's a shortcut.
Yeah, it's faster.
Yeah, you see.
Nice. The secret twist to the mango juice is to add a little bit of ginger to the mix. Boys are in charge of preparing the fish and shredding some coconut. They even have a special coconut grater tool designed for the job.
Cooking Swahili dishes takes so much time, but the result is totally worth it. This homemade meal was a great introduction to Lamu, but we're about to learn much more with the start of the annual cultural festival the next morning. For 3 days, the town transforms into an open stage, with the locals proudly showcasing their skills. Among others, we witnessed racing of dhows, which are traditional boats with a huge triangular sail that were used for trading on the Indian Ocean.
Traditional displays like flour grinding, palm weaving, and fish trap making are shown by the elders. On the main square, all generations gather and one after the other perform ngoma dances. One of the highlights of the festival is the donkey race, where young boys compete and reach top speeds on their donkeys. The participants celebrate by jumping to the sea, and with that, the festival comes to an end. And the town once again regains its tranquility.
So cool. And we're changing location and moving to Shela, a small village 4 kilometers south of Lamu. This location is popular with tourists, as it has a long sandy beach and is full of beautiful rentals. Here we couldn't resist, and we switched our usual budget accommodation with a very fancy but still quite affordable Airbnb for the next few days.
Oh la la, this looks fancier than usual.
Why did we decide to be budget travelers again? I prefer this.
This is extremely fancy. I'm enjoying every second being in this house. Well, from time to time, I guess you just have to treat yourself. Right? We really enjoyed these last slow days on the island, spending most of the time on the beach and preparing to say goodbye to the sea as we are heading back inland for next couple of months.
So if you don't behave, you're not in this tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk jail. Would you say you hot or moderately hot?
I am so hot. I've been sweating non-stop for so long.
It's sauna for free here. Out and to grab the roll and start rolling. Like a Maasai.